Okay, so in the last video we saw how the tables orders and customers are related to each other because of this foreign key constraint that we added over DSID MK, and how we couldn't delete the value of parent table because child table was taking values from it. But supposing you would want some changes to happen, supposing tomorrow you would like to make some changes in parent table, then you will have to find out each foreign key which is referring that table and then make changes there before you can make changes in parent table. That will be very tough. So what we have is we have an option that when you define a foreign key, you can actually just write over here on delete, or in other case you can write on update and add a condition. For that, this is the syntax: create table, child table, column details, constraint for foreign key name, foreign key, and then the column names, references parent table, and then column names, on delete cascade, or you also have the option of on update cascade. Then again there is another option that is called set null, and also set default. Okay, so there's a table. No action will not be allowed because obviously if you update a table then you're going to lose the value. That old value might not exist, or if you delete something it might not exist again. So these two are not allowed, but cascade is allowed. That is, whatever changes you make in one will be reflected on other. If you update, the child table will be updated. If you delete, the child table records will also be deleted. In case of null, a null will be added there in either cases. Okay, but there should have been allowing for null. It should not be that there is no null allowed. And then again, if you set default, so there should be a default value defined which should also exist in primary key column. Okay, and once this conditions are met, default value which exists in primary key column, then both of these records can be moved on to the default, provided a default is specified. If no default value is provided in foreign key column, then you cannot apply this rule. Okay, so these are the four options which will have this syntax. On delete cascade, uh, you have set null, set default. Three options, and not null will not be allowed. So let's see an implementation of it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this table which I have already done. As you can see below, there is no, in orders table there is only one primary key and there is no reference key R, which will be a foreign key. So next what I'm doing is alter table orders. I'm adding the constraints with the same name, foreign key of customer ID, references customer ID, on update set default I'm writing. But instead of default I'll just set it to null. Okay, let's run it. It says there is a keyword missing. On delete, let's work with delete first. Okay, so the orders is altered. Next what we'll do is we'll try to check the values. Now this is our orders table and this is our, I'll just remove the old detail, I'll just get new access. Okay, so parent table customers has 3 data and child table has multiple data which has only 2 column for 3. There are 4 result of 2 and 4 result for 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete from customers where ID equal to, let's say 2. Okay, now one row was deleted. Again we check the result of both the tables. It has 1 and 3, but this table has everywhere where we had 2 it became null. I don't want this result to remain, so I'll just roll back the command. Rollback and commit we'll discuss in further video while discussing different options. So rollback is complete. That means that the changes we made have been taken back, so 2 is returned. But what about the child table? Child table also got the return because both have happened with the same one command. Okay, so rollback you can use whenever you're not sure if you want to commit your changes. Okay, now next what we'll do is, instead of set null, we'll set it to on delete cascade. Okay, now what cascade does is it reflects the changes. So first we'll have to drop the constraint to add a new one. Okay, and now we again alter it. Now let's see the output once again. 1 2 3, and here we have 10 rows. Now when you delete this, and now let's check the result. We have 1 and 3, and here you have lost all the records regarding 2. So once you click on rollback, now let's see the result again. The second row has returned here, and all the rows have returned over here. So this is how you can use on delete cascade and on delete set null. Default options can be studied in detail. I'll be providing the link of both the websites that I referred in the description.